Hi, my friend. Welcome to the Hello English podcast for beginners. My name is Helen, and I am very happy that you are here with me today. Before we start, let me say one important thing. If you enjoy listening to this podcast, please subscribe to our channel and like this episode. It really helps us a lot, and it tells YouTube, hey, this podcast is useful for English learners. Today's episode is a little bit different. Usually, you listen to Helen and John together. We talk, we laugh, we tell stories, and we explain English. But sometimes we want to make a special, quiet, cozy episode. An episode where only one person talks. A small monologue, a calm story. Something you can listen to in the evening, maybe with a cup of tea, before sleep. So today, it is just me, Helen, and I will tell you a story about my day in New York. Maybe you are thinking, where is John? Is he okay? Don't worry, John is completely okay. Today, he had something important to do with his mom. He needed to help her, to be with her. Family is very important, right? So John is with his mom today, and I am here with you. And I actually like this. It feels like a quiet evening with a friend. You and me, a cup of tea, and a soft story in simple English. So let's start. The title of today's story is My Day in New York, a small apartment and a big city. Right now, I am imagining the scene. It is evening. Outside my window, the city is still moving, but the sky is dark. I have a warm cup of tea in my hands. The light in my apartment is soft, maybe a small lamp in the corner, and I am telling you about my day. I live in a small apartment in New York City. When I say small, I really mean small. In New York, apartments are often very small and very expensive. There is a word you might hear, tiny. Tiny means very small. Many people say, my apartment is tiny, but cozy. My apartment is exactly like that. Tiny, but cozy. I have one main room. In that one room, I have my bed, my small sofa, a little table, and a small desk where I work. Next to that room, I have a tiny kitchen and a small bathroom. I do not live in a big, luxury building. I live in a simple building with many other people. You can hear neighbors sometimes. You can hear the street. But you can also feel life. My building is in a neighborhood with trees and coffee shops. I like that combination. Big city energy, but also little local places. My day in New York usually starts early. I set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. Sometimes I wake up before the alarm, sometimes after. Today, I woke up a little bit before. Outside, the city is already awake. New York is famous for this. People say it is the city that never sleeps. Of course, this is not literally true. Never sleeps is an expression. It means the city is always active, day and night. I can hear cars, buses, and sometimes a distant siren. A siren is the loud sound from police cars or ambulances. I open my eyes and I see the light coming from the window. I have a simple white curtain, so the light is soft. I stay in bed for one more minute. I take a deep breath and say quietly, "Good morning, New York." The first thing I do is make tea. Yes, I know many people in the US drink coffee, but I really love tea. I like the ritual. A ritual is a small, special habit you do regularly, like making tea. I go to my tiny kitchen, I fill the kettle with water, I turn on the stove, I listen to the water heating. When it starts to boil, it makes a little sound, like a quiet song. Today, I choose black tea with a little milk. Sometimes I drink herbal tea in the evening, like chamomile, but in the morning, I like black tea. I pour the hot water into my favorite mug. A mug is like a big cup. My mug has a small, simple drawing of New York, tall buildings and a yellow taxi. When I look at it, I always smile. I sit at my small table next to the window. I do not have a big city view. I do not see Central Park or the Empire State Building. I see the building across the street, a few trees, and a little piece of sky. But I like this view. Sometimes I see a neighbor walking their dog. Sometimes I see a person with a coffee cup walking very fast to work. Sometimes I see children with backpacks going to school. I drink my tea slowly and think about my day. I like to plan my day in my head. Today, I know I have work on the podcast, some emails, and a quick trip to the supermarket. After tea, I take a shower and get dressed. My apartment is small, so everything is close. The bathroom is just 2 steps from my bed. In small New York apartments, you learn to use space very well. There is a phrase in English, make the most of something. It means to use something as well as possible. In New York, many people make the most of their small apartments. They use shelves, hooks, boxes, anything to organize. I put on comfortable clothes because I work from home a lot. Maybe simple jeans and a soft sweater. I like feeling cozy when I work. Then I sit at my desk. My desk is small, but it is my favorite place in the apartment. I have my laptop, a notebook, a pen, and a small plant. The plant is a little green friend on my desk. I open my laptop and check my messages. Sometimes there are emails from listeners. People from many countries write to us. They say, "Hello, Helen. Hello, John. I listen to you when I cook," or "I listen to you when I walk," or "I listen to you before sleep." These messages make me very happy. They remind me that our podcast is not just audio. It is a connection. Connection means a feeling that you are close to someone, even if you are far away. After emails, I start working on ideas for future episodes. I think about topics like travel, feelings, simple stories, morning routines, or visiting a doctor. I ask myself, what does an English learner really need today? Maybe a simple phrase, maybe a calm voice, maybe a little motivation. Today, I also think about this new format, a monologue, just one voice. I want it to feel like a friend reading a story to you. Around 9:30 a.m., I leave my apartment to go to the supermarket. When I step outside, I feel the city immediately. There is a special energy in New York. People walk fast, cars honk. You can hear many languages: English, Spanish, Chinese, Russian, Arabic, and more. New York is a multicultural city. Multicultural means many cultures live together in the same place. Sometimes just standing on the street, you can feel like you travel around the world in 5 minutes. I walk down my street. On the corner, there is a small coffee shop. Outside the coffee shop, there is a line of people waiting for their coffee. Many New Yorkers grab a coffee on their way to work. Grab a coffee is a very common expression. It means to buy a coffee quickly and take it with you. You do not sit down for a long time. You just grab it and go. I smile when I pass the coffee shop. I can smell fresh coffee and baked things like muffins and croissants. The supermarket is not very big, but it has everything I need. In New York, many people shop in smaller supermarkets or in delis. A deli is a small store where you can buy food, sandwiches, drinks, and snacks. Today, I need milk, bread, some fruit, and tea. I walk slowly through the aisles. Aisles are the long paths between shelves in a store. I like watching other people. One woman is buying vegetables. A man in a suit is buying a quick lunch. A little kid is asking for cookies. When I come to the tea section, I smile again. There are so many options: black tea, green tea, herbal tea, chai, mint, chamomile. I choose a new flavor today, something with vanilla and cinnamon. I imagine drinking it in the evening in my little apartment. At the cashier, I say good morning, and the cashier says, "How are you?" In the United States, "How are you?" is often just a polite phrase. People do not usually expect a very long answer. A simple answer like, "I'm good, thanks, and you?" is enough. I pay, say thank you, have a nice day, and walk back home. When I arrive at my building, I check my mailbox. Sometimes I get letters, but often it is just advertisements. Today, there is one small envelope. It is a postcard from a friend. She visited another city and sent me a card. I love postcards. They are small, but they carry a lot of feeling. I take the postcard upstairs to my apartment and put it on my desk. The middle of the day is simple. I work, I write, I record. Sometimes John and I record together online. Sometimes we write scripts and ideas. But today, remember, John is with his mom, so I work alone. Around lunchtime, I make something easy to eat. New York has many restaurants, but I do not eat out every day. Eating out can be expensive. So today I make a simple sandwich and a salad. I put some music on in the background. I listen to soft jazz or lo-fi music while I eat. In the afternoon, I take a short walk in my neighborhood. This is very important for me. When you live in a small apartment, you need some time outside. I walk down one street, then another. I see a small park with a few benches. I sit on a bench for a few minutes. I look at the trees, the sky, and the people passing by. There is a man reading a book. There is a woman talking on the phone. There is a child playing with a ball. It is simple, but it feels peaceful. Peaceful means calm and quiet inside. As the afternoon becomes evening, the light changes. The sun goes down behind the buildings. The sky becomes pink, orange, and then dark blue. I go back to my apartment. I close the door, and I feel that special, cozy feeling. The city is still loud outside, but inside, it is my small, quiet world. I turn on a warm lamp. I put on comfortable clothes, maybe soft sweatpants and a hoodie. I boil water and make tea. This time, I try the new tea with vanilla and cinnamon. The smell is sweet and soft. I sit on my small sofa with a blanket. This is the moment I love. Evening in a small apartment in a big city. I feel the contrast. Contrast means a strong difference between two things. Outside, noisy, busy, many people. Inside, quiet, warm, safe. I like to read a little bit in the evening. Sometimes I read a book in English, sometimes in another language. Sometimes I just write in my journal. A journal is a notebook where you write about your day or your feelings. Today, I decide to do something a little different. I decide to imagine that I am talking to you. I imagine you are sitting with me. You also have a cup of tea, or maybe hot chocolate. And I tell you about my day in simple English, just like I am doing now. I think this is a beautiful way to learn a language. Not only with rules and grammar, but with stories, with rhythms of daily life, with real emotions, even small ones. My day in New York is not spectacular. It is not a movie. I do not meet celebrities or go to big parties. I just drink tea, write, walk, work on the podcast, and enjoy simple moments. But I think there is something special in simple days, especially when you are far from your family or your home country. Many people in New York are far from their original home. They come from different states, different countries. Sometimes in the evening, they also sit in small apartments and drink tea alone. Maybe they feel a little lonely. Maybe they feel a little tired. But they are here, building a life. When I record this kind of story for you, I also feel less alone, because I know that somewhere you are listening. Maybe you are in your kitchen. Maybe you are on a bus. Maybe you are in bed with headphones. And we share this moment. You listen, I speak. We are in different places, maybe different countries, but we are connected. Now, I want to review some useful vocabulary from this story. I will say the word, then a simple explanation. Tiny, very small. Cozy, small, warm, and comfortable. Ritual, a small, special habit you do regularly, like making tea. Mug, a big cup for tea or coffee. Rush hour, the busy time when many people go to work or go home. Multicultural, with many cultures together in one place. Grab a coffee. Buy a coffee quickly and take it with you. Deli, a small store that sells food, snacks, and sandwiches. Aisle, the path between shelves in a store. Connection, a feeling that you are close to someone. Make the most of something. Use something as well as possible. Peaceful, calm and quiet, with no stress. Contrast, a strong difference between two things. Journal, a notebook where you write about your day or feelings. Let's repeat a few phrases together slowly. You can say them after me if you want. My apartment is tiny but cozy. I drink tea in my favorite mug. New York is a multicultural city. I like to grab a coffee in the morning. In the evening, my apartment feels peaceful. I write about my day in my journal. Thank you for spending this quiet, cozy time with me. I hope this simple story helped your English and also helped you relax a little. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our channel and like this podcast. It really helps other learners find us. And tell us in the comments, would you like more monologue stories like this? And what city would you like to visit or live in one day? This was Helen from the Hello English podcast for beginners. Thank you for listening. Take care and see you in the next episode.